guys, it's Timmy, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we are here on the 15th of July, 2022, to talk about everything that went down tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. I thought tonight's Smackdown was a pretty good show for the most part. Like most, there's some bad things, there's some okay things, there's some meh things. So it's like, wouldn't say it was a perfect great show or anything, but I'll say it was pretty good. I enjoyed myself watching these 2 hours of SmackDown as I wipe my glasses off because big old smudge right in the center of it. There we go. But I thought SmackDown overall pretty good. I thought it was a good, easy to watch 2-hour show. But with that, if you are watching us live, I want to say thank you. And well, you can help us out. You can help us out if you're watching here live on Twitch by hitting that donate button down below. Hit that donate button or donate Twitch bits in the live chat. Also remember, you can support the channel by subscribing one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime. Be just like Cold Cuts KC with that tiered subscription, or like Jimmy Too Sweet with Amazon Prime. With Amazon Prime, you get a plethora of different things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get, well, the third thing, one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But also remember, it doesn't have to be your Amazon Prime account. It can be anybody's Amazon Prime account, whether that's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your best friend, your best friend's wife, your best friend's wife's mom, your best friend wife's mom's brother, sister's uncle. It could be anybody's Amazon Prime account. And then you're not only supporting us, but when ads play, you don't have to watch the ads. But if you support us on YouTube and you want to subscribe over there, you can do so by hitting the join button down below to become a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access podcast episodes, early access non-news videos, and so much more. In doing so, you can also subscribe. Sorry, I got a message that really threw me off there. Someone mistyped something really bad. Anyways, also, if you want all that, but more directly support to more. Sorry, I can't get over that mistype. Like, I mistype things, but not that bad. Anyways, if you want to support us on YouTube, but you say, hey, what's a better way to do so? Do it on Patreon. Patreon.com/PWU Unlimited. Go over there. You're more directly supporting us because YouTube ain't taking their cut. And it's all in one easy to find area for you. Also, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether that is a new game, whether that is an old game, whether you're claiming the free games or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fall Guys, and Fortnite, well, can I see if you have a creator code? And you do. It's creator code PW Unlimited. Use that code at checkout to support us right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. It doesn't cost you anything extra if you're already spending money through Epic, whether that's the Epic Games launcher on your computer or for Fortnite, Rocket League, and Fall Guys on your PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch. But with that, we've got Monday Night Raw to talk. No, we don't have Monday Night Raw to talk about. I literally just saw something that said Logan Paul Raw, and it made me say Raw. We've got SmackDown to talk about. It kicked off with Michael Cole standing in the ring for SmackDown. He then would introduce his broadcast partner, Pat McAfee, to a huge reaction from the crowd in Orlando. Cole mentioned that McAfee recently signed a multi-year extension with WWE. One second. I just got a message from somebody I've never gotten a message from before, but I know this person is, and maybe this is something. Be one quick second, guys. Okay, never mind. Not what I thought it was. I'm waiting on a message for some news. That's not what I thought it was. All right, so McAfee comes down with a neck brace. He notes that he's happy to be in Orlando. He apologized to the fans for having listened to Corey Graves last week because of his injury. It it wasn't because of your injury, bub. Because you wanted to go to Lake Tahoe and play golf with freaking AJ Hawk and Aaron Rodgers. Where you beat The Miz. Should have mentioned that. You beat The Miz. Pat came in 61st, I want to say. Let's see. Pat came in. Let's see. Pat came in. Pat McAfee was tied for 61st, where The Miz was 83rd out of 87. 83rd out of 87. At least you can say you beat The Miz. And you beat a bunch of other notable names. You beat Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts. You beat Larry the Cable Guy. He beat Colin Jost of SNL. You beat John O'Hurley, Robert Griffin III. Miles Teller also lost to Pat McAfee. Heck, Pat McAfee beat Seth Curry. Where's Steph Curry finished, though? I know Steph Curry finished 16th. But he beat Seth Curry. Anyways, they showed footage of Happy Corbin attacking McAfee after Money in the Bank. Last week, Corbin and Graves mocked McAfee by dancing to Shinsuke's music. McAfee mentioned knowing Corbin before they were ever even in WWE. He claimed Corbin was humble and a hard worker, but all that has changed. McAfee noted that the show isn't TV 14 yet. I liked that a lot. And promises to beat Corbin at SummerSlam. I thought that was a very interesting line there. He goes, this show's not TV 14 yet. Does that mean SmackDown's going to move to TV 14 as well? I don't know. You know, it's a USA directive for Raw. Corbin then interrupted on the big screen. He said McAfee. He told McAfee to go back behind the commentary table where he belongs. Corbin added that he's a fighter. And McAfee used to punt footballs. He claimed that he got a rash from sitting on commentary last week or from the fans. He said it could even be monkeypox. Corbin says staying away from McAfee until SummerSlam because of his rash. And I go, oh my God, they did not. Oh my God, they did not. Last week, they had Sheamus show up at the building and then go, oh, I can't wrestle. I might have COVID. Now this week, they have freaking Corbin in the building and go, oh, I think I got monkeypox. Like, really? Two very super contagious diseases or illnesses, whatever you want to call them. And they're basically making fun of them. Wow. McAfee said that Corbin faked the monkeypox. He's going to see him at SummerSlam. And McAfee felt that it was time to move on and introduce the SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan then took on Natalya in a 16-minute match. Thought the match was fine. Some rough botch spots. I don't know if you can go as far as calling them botched. They were rough as well. And at times, the two seemed like they were not on the same page. Morgan took over early with a drop kick and scored a series of near falls on Natalya. Natalya fought back and went for the sharpshooter on the apron. Morgan escaped and went for the Oblivion, but Natalya blocked it. She then gave Morgan a slingshot into the ring post. Back from a commercial break, Natalya had Morgan in a backbreaker submission. Morgan, though, broke free and hit a missile drop kick. She hit the drop kick and basically knocked out Natty. And Pat goes, man, that drop kick was very effective. She needs to take that to the well more often. Front missile drop kick off the middle rope. Morgan did a kip up and ran wild on Natalya. Natalya recovered and hit a release German suplex for a near fall. They struggled on the top rope until Morgan eventually slipped out. Natalya got back to her feet and hit a sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. She locked on the ankle lock, but Morgan broke free. She then hit the Oblivion and picked up the victory. Again, not the best of matches where you would think these two should be working phenomenally together. Why, you may ask? Well, because basically Natty and her husband TJ train Liv. Liv goes to their school, I guess you can call it if it's a school, their warehouse where they got a ring, and trains with them very often, like every week, multiple times a week. And so you would think, Liv and Natty, they get in there, they, do things, they work together and whatnot. How was this match so bad? And I'm not even calling it really bad or anything. I'm just saying that the match was just fine at best. You would think two people that train together very regularly should be really good together, but it just wasn't. I mean, Natty's been doing recently the thing where she takes like so many steps to run halfway across the ring. It's something people used to make fun of Becky for, where she would take like 4 times more steps than needed to run across the ring. After the match, Kayla Braxton interviewed Liv Morgan. Braxton noted that Rousey had a more dominant win over Natalya last week. Fans booed that. Morgan admitted that, yes, I'm the underdog going into SummerSlam. Well, even though I'm the champion, I'm the underdog. And I will, and I promise I will, retain my title come SummerSlam. So, in the back, Megan Morant interviewed Theory. Theory admitted he's got a lot of enemies, including, Bobby Lashley and Dolph Ziggler. Paul Heyman would then interrupt. And he was like, hey, Megan, can I, you just need to go. I want a little bit of time, just me and Theory here. Heyman goes, so, I just want to make sure you know, before I say anything, I'm responsible for the biggest break you ever got in your career. That line comes back later to Madcap Moss, because if you don't know, back in 2020, Paul Heyman was put in charge of Monday Night Raw. And who were two people that he specifically wanted from NXT on Raw? Oh, Austin Theory and Riddick Moss. So, yeah, those two ended up on Raw because of Paul Heyman. Also just announced on Rampage. So the graphic up on the screen. Title match called Death Before Dishonor has been announced. So here, and here. Just announced on Rampage. Jonathan Gresham will be defending the ROH World Championship against Claudio Castagnoli after Gresham just recently turned heel. Basically, Tony Khan turned Jonathan Gresham heel. He could put the title on one of his favorites because he never won the title in the past. He's just playing fantasy booker. Anyways, Heyman tried to convince Theory to not cash in at SummerSlam. He said instead, you not cash in, and I'll go talk to the tribal chief, and we'll set up a scheduled match in the future. Think about it. On the marquee, in lights, for the Universal Undisputed WWE Championship, Roman Reigns versus Austin Theory. How does that sound? All you have to do is not cash in at SummerSlam, and I'll take care of everything. Theory thanked Heyman, but said, hey, I'm going to cash in, whether that's on Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar. Then we got a death segment. I'll call it that because it's what it was. This was bad, very bad. The New Day come out. Well, actually, the Viking Raiders music play. Oh, that was weird. It was like an air bubble got caught right in the middle of my throat, and I couldn't breathe for half a second there. That was very weird. So, Viking Raiders music play. But out comes the New Day dressed as Vikings. So they come down the ring, we go to commercial, we come back. Come back from the commercial, and the New Day are in the ring making fun of the Viking Raiders. Woods says that he's Eric. What did he call himself? I can't remember exactly. He called him Eric something. And Kofi called himself Ivar the Ugly. And so they're doing these Viking, what's it called, accents, when all of a sudden Woods starts doing a pirate accent. And Kofi gets on him for it. And he goes, oh, you know, Kofi, I'm not good at accents. Yet then Kofi starts going Jamaican in his accent, and no one says anything to him. But they mock the Viking Raiders. They said they love to do Viking things, including watching all the Thor movies, including the new one. Finally, the Viking Raiders, the real Viking Raiders, would come out. They walked out on the stage. New Day screamed, hey, look, it's imposters! They're imposting us! And the Raiders promised to break the New Day. New Day made fun of them again and said, maybe you don't get it. Maybe you don't get it. You are UGLY, and you ain't got no alibi. And the crowd said, you ugly, you know. And I'm like, oh, Lord. The Viking Raiders started to make their way down to the ring. And all of a sudden, like the Viking, not the Viking Raiders, but Woods blows a horn. And all of a sudden, right before the Viking Raiders get in the ring, they're attacked by Shanky and Jinder Mahal. Kind of just wallow up on them for a moment. And then the Viking Raiders just back off. Jinder and Shanky get in the ring. Viking Raiders are on the ramp going, and then they dance. Viking Raiders and Shanky. Well, not Viking Raiders, New Day and Shanky. While Ginger's standing in the middle of the ring, kind of going, guys. Oh, these guys. This was bad. This was turn your TV off bad almost. So in the back, Kayla Braxton goes, well, it looks like this week the New Day's plan actually worked out. And somebody else is going to need a plan, Ludwig Kaiser and the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. I'm like, a plan for what? Oh, yeah, Nakamura? He'd be good. He'd be good. So the recap, Kaiser losing to Nakamura last week and Gunther chopping Kaiser after the match. Kayla asked him, why did you basically beat down Kaiser, Ludwig, last week? And Gunther says, I don't tolerate failure. Braxton then says, well, you know, next week, Ludwig is going to get a rematch against Nakamura to try and prove himself. Who yelled at Kaiser and said, unzip it, take it down. And he's like, what? He's like, take it down. And so he unzips his jacket. And Gunther goes to try to throw a chop at him, but he like half misses. And so he just chops the shit out of him again. And Kayla's sitting there going, whoa. Like she was not expecting it. Because like, it looked like he was just supposed to do the one chop, right? But Ludwig, for some reason, like backed off a little, or like he didn't take it right. So Gunther rails back and just boom, hits him again. And Kayla's got a look on her face like, don't hit me, please. Oh, Lordy be. Segment ends. They then recap everything that went down with Lacey Evans last week. I guess you could say turning heel. Out would come Aaliyah, and then out would come Lacey. Lacey would come out and immediately chorus of boos. She walks halfway down the ramp and she's like, can't hear you. Come on, a little louder. And then she's like, cut it. I ain't doing this. Cut it and restart. Thunder music restarts. And she walks down to the ring. She's like, I still can't hear you. And so she goes for the mic and the crowd's chanting, you suck. And she's like, is this the way you show respect to an American hero? Everything I said last week didn't resonate with you guys, did it? And they're just like, what? And she claims that she felt terrible. Maybe that's why the fans are booing her, because she was rude and mean to the fans last week, so she apologized. Then the fans continue to boo. And so she goes, oh, so you don't want my apology. Well, then, like I said last week, go what? To what? Hell. What? And they're just booing and what chanting her. And Aaliyah just stood there and watched. Drops the mic and walks off. And Aaliyah does nothing after Aaliyah got knocked out by her last week. Like, what? Okay, then. Mr. Banks says, what happened to the other two members of Imperium? Well, name's on the tip of my tongue. Why can't I think of it all of a sudden? The guy that was Insanity. He got released like a year and a half ago. And Fabian Eichner is now Giovanni whatever on NXT 2.0. Alexander Wolf. That's it. Thank you, Magmalord. We then recapped Drew McIntyre defeating Butch last week when out came the Brawling Brutes. He walked down to the ring. Graphics said Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Winner gets title shot at Clash at the Castle. And we hear Samantha Irvin go, and his opponent, Ridge Holland. And commentary's all confused. And Pat goes, well, we know, Cole, that Samantha Irvin's great at her job. And if she said Ridge Holland, then maybe that's just what it is. So they're all in the ring and they're posing and whatnot, the Brawling Brutes. And then Butch runs out of the ring, grabs the ring bell. Sheamus goes after him like, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing, Butchie? And he ding, 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 rings the bell. Holland's taken off guard, but Drew's ready to go. And he goes right after Holland. McIntyre was firmly in control early. And he hit the 10 beats of the Bowdrin on Holland before, well, he hit 9 of them. On the 10th attempt, Sheamus pulled him off the apron. Ridge, that is. Or as Sheamus likes to call him, Ridgy. Cole then yelled at McIntyre. Did it better than Sheamus ever has. Also, multiple times throughout this match, Sheamus is pacing at ringside, and Cole just keeps going, Sheamus, you know you're going to have to face him eventually, right? You ain't got anybody else. He just says it like 3 or 4 times, Sheamus, you know you're going to have to face Drew eventually. Well, Sheamus caused a distraction at one point, and Holland pushed McIntyre into the ring post. Holland slowed the pace down with a chin lock. McIntyre broke free and ran a wild. He set it for the Claymore, but Butch caused some interference. McIntyre recovered and hit a white noise while looking straight deadlock eyes with Sheamus. Cole thinks that McIntyre did it better than Sheamus yet again. And McIntyre then hits a Claymore, picks up the victory. Boom. Drew beats Ridge. So immediately Theory's music hits and he walks out for his match with Madcap Moss. After commercial break, they recap Brock Lesnar's appearance this past week on Monday Night Raw. In the back, Megan Morant interviews Madcap Moss. Heyman interrupts and does the same thing he does with Theory. He's like, can you leave? Megan, give us to us. So Heyman pointed out that he's responsible for the biggest break Madcap ever got, as we talked about earlier. He added that Theory cashing in at SummerSlam, well, that's bad for business. He said, I know you want to go out there and you want to beat up Theory, but if you do it a little bit more, like you did to Corbin, to where he's not around for a few weeks, I'd greatly appreciate that. And if you did so, maybe I can go talk to the tribal chief, get you a title match, a scheduled title match in the future. Think about it. Roman Reigns versus Madcap Moss. And Moss is like, yeah. Well, that sounds good. No, wait. My music's playing. I gotta go. Sorry, Paul, but yep, I gotta go. So, Madcap makes his entrance. After commercial break, before the match even gets going, we got a recap of Maximum Male Models from last week. And they said next week, they will be on the show to debut their 2022 beachwear collection. Plus, we will be seeing the debut of, I think they said, Max Dupree's sister, Maxine Dupree. Who is she? I don't have any clue. I have no clue who she's going to be, who's going to be playing her. And is it just a one-off? Do they get like an extra? And she doesn't even have lines. She just walks out in a bathing suit and then walks back to the back. I don't know. I have no clue what this is going to be. But Madcap Moss did take on Austin Theory here in a just shy 12-minute match. Well, Magma Lord, easily. They just don't bring Mansoor because Mansoor wasn't on the last Saudi show. So Moss and Theory had a pretty good match here with a weak finish, unfortunately. On commentary, Cole pushed that it is a match between the two future stars of the WWE. These two are the future of this industry, this business, this company. Theory was briefly in control early with a shoulder tackle. He went for a leg drop, but Moss caught him in midair. This spot was almost a disaster, but Moss saved it. Caught Theory and nearly dropped him on his head, but didn't, but almost did. They stumbled around for a quick second, and then Moss was able to regain his balance and hit a fallaway slam. They fought around ringside for a moment before Moss charged at Theory, but he avoided the charge, leapfrogged him, and Theory crashed shoulder first. No, Madcap crashed shoulder first into the ring steps. After a commercial break, Theory hit a rolling drop kick for a near fall. Theory took over with a chin lock to slow down the pace. Moss fought back and rocked Theory with a shoulder tackle. He followed this up with a stiff clothesline and a shoulder tackle again in the corner this time, though. Theory tried to fight back, but Moss hit a spine buster for a close near fall. Theory stomped on Moss's leg and hit a back suplex for a 2. Fans started breaking out into a Theory sucks chant. Theory went for another rolling drop kick. But Moss fought back and rocked Theory with a shoulder tackle, sending him to the outside. Like he went flying out of the ring. And Pat goes, I don't know what Moss calls that, but that is very effective, Michael Cole. Moss went after Theory. Theory grabbed the briefcase and hit him to cause a disqualification. So technically, Madcap wins. After the match, Theory promised to become the next WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, when out would come Sami Zayn in a sling. Arm in a frickin' sling. I'm like, what did I miss? What happened to Sami? No mention of it at all right now. So Zayn noted that Theory was insulting the bloodline by claiming that he would win the title by cashing in at SummerSlam. Zayn then demanded, apologize to the bloodline. Theory mocked Sami and pointed out that his arm is in a sling and there's nothing you can do about it. What are you going to do? And then Sami just kind of like puts his hand up and out come the Usos. And I go, whoa, hold on. Babyface turn for the bloodline and Sami? Because this crowd went bananas. They lost their crap. They went crazy when the Usos music played to back up Sami. Like, he was like, Theory's like, what are you going to do? Your arm's in a sling. You got one arm. And he like lifts the mic or whatever. And we just, Usos! Ding, 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 ding. And the crowd goes wild. Excuse me. Theory retreats back to the ring, but Moss is there, jumps him, and sends him into the ring post. This was a very interesting moment because it felt like they just turned the Usos and Sami Zayn babyface. 100%. Felt like a babyface turn. So, out would also come the Street Profits as we had Angelo Dawkins versus Jimmy Uso, and it was told to us we would find out by the end of this match who the special guest referee will be for their tag team title match at SummerSlam. Match went 7 minutes. So Dawkins and Jimmy had a really good match here. They did another controversial finish, though, that led to them needing a better ref, I guess. So Sami Zayn joined commentary as Jimmy had a brief advantage early on and sent Dawkins to ringside. Jimmy set up for a suicide dive, but Dawkins cut him off. Dawkins then tackled Jimmy over the barricade. Back from a commercial break, Jimmy was firmly in control and hit a Rikishi splash. Dawkins recovered quickly and rocked Jimmy with a right hand. Dawkins fired up and hit a flying elbow. He followed this up with a twisting neck breaker for a near fall. Jay tried to interfere, but Dawkins knocked him off the apron. Jimmy then collided with the referee. Dawkins rolled up Jimmy and had the match nearly won, but the ref was knocked down. Jimmy then hit a super kick and had the match won, but Charles Robinson was still down. Jimmy then yelled at the referee, "Get up! Hey, get up!" Dawkins finally recovers and hit a sit-out powerbomb, but his, I guess, leg was under the arm and shoulder of Jimmy Uso, so the shoulder was never technically down on the mat, but the referee, Charles Robinson, counts 1, 2, 3, and there we go, another shoddy finish. Adam Pearce will then come out and admits that no athlete needs to lose because of bad officiating. It's never good to actually be able to do things right with bad officials. So, I want to announce the official for your match at SummerSlam. And a video package plays about JFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Jarrett will be the special referee for the match at SummerSlam. It makes no sense whatsoever, but the only person that would have made any sense would have been Sami Zayn. And they're not going to go Sami Zayn. So it's like, what? The only thing that makes sense, like, there's one reason this makes sense. Not because he's a good former referee. I mean, he started out as a referee in Memphis. Not because of that. Not because he's known for controversial finishes and getting them overturned or anything or something. Not because he's known for his good leadership skills. No. Because he's from Nashville. They needed to get him on this show, a Nashville tie-in. So there we go. Nashville natives Jeff Jarrett will be the special guest referee for this match. And Pat's going crazy. He goes, "What, Cole? You mean JEFFYES? Yes, Jeff Jarrett? You mean the Hall of Famer? You mean the executive vice president of live events, Jeff Jarrett?" I'm like, why is it Jeff Jarrett? This makes no sense. And the whole time on commentary, Sammy's like, I should be the referee. They should just make me that referee. If you've got a special guest ref, it should be me. And I'm like, he's going too hard. It's not going to be Sammy. And it wasn't. But with that, well, we now know that the Usos will defend their titles against the Street Profits with Jeff Jarrett, of all people, as a special guest referee. With that, guys, that was Friday Night Smackdown. You know what I thought of the show? I thought it was a pretty good show. Now I want to know what you guys thought of the show. Remember, you can let me know by texting into 510-906-1341. Again, that's 510-906-1341. Before we do that, we're going to hit the polls. Let's head over to the Twitch poll. 57% on Twitch thought the show was just all right. 43% liked it, and nobody disliked Raw or SmackDown. Good to see. Good to see. As far as the Twitch poll does, the Twitter poll. Why? It's not load. There we go. Twitter poll. Again, more people thought it was just all right. 39% thought the show was just all right. 30% liked it, and 30% didn't like it. And finally, the YouTube community poll. Let's reload that to get the accurate number. 51% liked it. 34% thought it was just all right. And 16% did not like SmackDown. As far as the text messages do go, says, will Big E be able to get back into the ring, or will he be forced to retire from pro wrestling? So that is something we don't know, but Big E has stated recently, I think this week in an interview, if he never wrestles again, he will be okay with it. He said he'll be fine with it. But we won't know anything for a year. He got injured in, when was it, May? He says he's going to have a 6 and an 8 month checkup, but they will not determine anything as far as his future as a wrestler goes for a year. He's not going to need surgery, but he's going to wait a year. They're going to do the big evaluation, the big checkup, and then tell him what's next, whether he's getting better, he's not getting better. He could start rehabbing as far as in the ring and training and this. And so we won't know anything really until after WrestleMania next year about Big E, unless something drastically changes at one of his upcoming checkups at 6 month and 8 month. Person says, you believe we will see Sasha Banks and Naomi back in WWE, possibly returning the 2023 Royal Rumble? Not Sasha. I'm pretty sure Sasha's not coming back. Naomi, yeah. Naomi will be back sooner rather than, well, I can't say that, but Naomi will be back eventually. This person said, is Jinder Mahal a face now? I mean, technically it seems like it. Yeah, I would say yes. Person says, since you mentioned at times Liv and Natty weren't on the same page, I thought it would be notable to tell you that Natty no-sold Liv Morgan's. That has nothing to do with this. That has nothing to do with this. I know about that. And also, I don't know where your second half here of your comment goes, but I'm not reading that because that's not factual. That's fake. That's false news. I don't know if you heard that. That's not true at all. Like the last sentence you wrote there, 100% not true. I ain't going to read it because that's dogging on Liv. That's not true. That's crapping on Liv, and it's not true. So I'm not even, whoever you are, 205 area code, not reading the last line of your text message because that's not true, 100% not true. I know probably where you got that news from, and they're always a load of crap. But with that, guys, that's going to wrap everything up here as we talked about and reviewed and recapped Friday Night Smackdown. With that, guys, that's all we got for today. That's all we got. There's nothing else really this weekend. So have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys.